What's going on, brothers and sisters? Chris here from Namaste Gaming, and it's that time of the month again. No, not that time of the month. I'm not gonna get all hormonal on you guys. I am, of course, talking about patch preview time. This one's got something for everybody, including something that's been promised since launch, so let's get to it. We'll start off on the PvE side of things. The conclusion to the Flame and Frost installment of the Living Story is being delivered to us in the patch on April 30th in the form of the brand new Molten Weapons Facilities dungeon. This dungeon is supposed to be midway between a story mode and explorable mode dungeon in terms of overall difficulty, and is built by the same team that put together the holiday content for Winter's Day and Halloween. It will allegedly take between 30 minutes and an hour to complete, depending mostly on player skill and team coordination. It's open to all levels, so if you're not level 80, you'll be scaled up, so all the new players we picked up this weekend will be able to participate as well. From what's been said about the content so far, the whole dungeon is kind of just training for the end boss fight, which is supposed to be one of the game's more mechanically challenging encounters. Here's the kicker. Like the McRib, the McWeapons facility is only available for a limited time. According to the devs, this allows them to have some as yet unnamed really cool rewards that you'll want to come back for. That's a quote, by the way. Just a guess here, but I'm gonna go ahead and toss out some predictions. Weapon or armor skins maybe that don't bind on pickup, or maybe even some ascended items. Who knows? Either way, the Halloween content was great, the Winter's Day content wasn't really my style but was generally well received. I'm assuming that this dungeon is probably going to be pretty awesome. Looking forward to it. There's also going to be a new Guild Rush mission where you transform into Quaggan and have to swim through Frostgorge Sound, as well as 30 new Guild Trek locations. I'm not sure Guild missions have really been around long enough for people to get bored of the existing ones, but for you elite Guild mission 1%ers, there you go. Moving on to the structured PvP, guys, they're here. Custom arenas. Finally, let's just take a second to bask in it. Okay, so here's the deal. It's initially going to be in beta, and only the top 50 ladder players in North America and Europe will be getting them, along with a few select media sites, which I kind of doubt this channel is big enough to qualify for. But the good news is that we can all play on them, and once they're out of beta, we'll be able to set up our very own arenas by purchasing them from the gem store. Still no word on pricing, but I would be very surprised to see a cost of less than 800 gems or $10 US per month, personally. There are mass amounts of options that you can change. I'm just going to link the article in the description instead of rattling them all off like an auctioneer with a nose full of Bolivian marching powder. Let's just say that they're pretty much as custom as you could want. In addition to that, we're getting a spectator mode, which was one of the key components missing for any sort of esports viability. I'm still mostly of the opinion that that ship has sailed, but of course nothing is set in stone, and maybe the 1-2 punch of custom arenas and spectator mode will resuscitate the flatlined esports momentum of Guild Wars 2. And now the part of the game that has turned into an unhealthy obsession for me lately, World v World. We're getting a new World v World ability in Arrow Cart Mastery, and some new ranks in the Guard Killer line, as well as Guild Siege weapons and back banners. Guild Siege weapons sound awesome, and I was super stoked to hear about the back banners until I saw how they looked. Yeah. Not for me. Definitely not for me. If I'm going to wear something in PvP that makes me easier to single out as a target, it has to look a lot more awesome than a rag on a stick with my guild symbol on it. I'll wait on capes or cloaks or shawls or something that looks less like a prank that guildies would play on their leader. What do you guys think? Agree, disagree, am I being too harsh here? I'm sure it will fit some characters' aesthetics, and I don't mean to poop on anyone's sense of style, but they're just a far cry from what I expected when I initially heard about them, and, you know, I'm a touch salty that we still don't have anything cloak-like available to us. While we're on World v World, some of you might be wondering what's going on in the background with all the golems. This is a 30 golem raid that one of my favorite commanders on the server, Gunthix, put together. We ended up turning the whole Eternal Battlegrounds red, took Stone Mist, Dark Haven, and Devona's Rest keeps, and I was super stoked to be able to get 100% EB completion on my Guardian and one baby step closer to Sunrise. If you want to be part of turning an underdog server into a legit contender, we do need more people over on Isle of Janthir. What we lack in numbers right now, we make up for in golems. Seriously though, it was a ton of fun. Shout out to the commanders who made it happen. Gunthix, Mrs. Stark, and Kiera. It was definitely the most fun I've had with this game, period. Hopefully we can make it happen again soon. Closing things out here, we've got 4 new weapon skins available in the gem store, including Rox and Broham's weapons, as well as a sonic tunneling tool which will allow players to travel underground for a short distance. I'm going to go ahead and throw out another prediction here. It's going to be aesthetic only and won't affect your overall move speed or allow you to bypass mobs, if only for the fact that if it did either of those things, we would all drown in the resultant sea of tears of the pay-to-win crowd. This is why we can't have nice things. We're just under a week out from this content, so in the meantime, let's speculate and chat about it. Let me know in the comments section if anything from this patch sounds particularly awesome or lame to you, and in accordance with the prophecy, we'll get a good discussion going on here. If you enjoyed the video, you can let me know by clicking the like button. If you feel inclined to help the channel grow, you can do so by favoriting this video or sharing it on Facebook or Twitter, and if you're new, then go ahead and click the subscribe button and stick around. There's lots more content on the way. Much love to all of you wonderful people, have an awesome day, and stay black.